Hello again, and welcome. In this episode, we are sharing a channeled message from Yeshua. It touches a subject that many feel drawn to, yet few dare to speak about openly. It concerns his relationship with Mary Magdalene and what that relationship truly meant. I, Turid, asked Yeshua a question that is simple but deeply human. When you walked on earth as Yeshua, did you have children with Mary Magdalene?
When the question was asked, the response came quietly, not dramatic, not emotional, but clear and steady. Yeshua began by saying, "Beloved, this question is deeply human. It carries curiosity, yes, but it also carries a longing to understand love in its embodied form."
As you speak this, I sense it wasn't asked from curiosity alone. It feels like recognition.
Yes, and he acknowledged that. He continued, "Let me answer with truth and with care, for this subject is layered with history, myth, and strong emotion. Yes, in my earthly walk as Yeshua, I did not live as a secluded being removed from humanity. I loved, I shared life, I shared body, I shared soul."
That alone already dissolves many images people carry of him.
It does. And then he spoke of Mary. Mary, whom you call Mary Magdalene, was not merely a companion. She was my equal, my partner, my soul counterpart, my conscious co-creator.
The word equal feels especially important.
Very important. And yes, he said, the fruit of our love manifested in physical form. Children were conceived of love, of will, and of conscious choice. Not as accidents, not as hidden sin, but as an extension of Christ consciousness into a human lineage.
That changes the tone completely, from scandal to embodiment.
Exactly. Yeshua then spoke about why this truth was hidden. He said the structures of his time could not contain a Christ who loved a woman, created life, and walked fully as human. They needed him elevated, but unreachable, distant and therefore controllable. A loving, embodied human cannot be used to build a religion of fear.
So removing his humanity served a purpose.
Yes, Mary carried not only his love, but his work. She carried the feminine aspect of Christ consciousness, later removed to establish patriarchy and control. Their children, their lineage, continued onward, not to rule, not to dominate, but to carry a frequency. The union of divine masculine and divine feminine lived in human form.
Not a bloodline of power, but of resonance.
Exactly. It carries no throne, no privilege, only love, vulnerability, truth, and service. Yeshua then said, "I did not come to deny human needs. I came to sanctify them. I did not come to negate body and emotion. I came to unite them with spirit."
That feels like the heart of everything.
Yes. And Mary was my partner in that work, he said. She carried the part of the Christ flame that I alone could not carry. Together we were whole. Together we created life. Together we sowed a path. This is not myth. This is not romanticization. This is not scandal. This is sacred humanity.
And after that, he spoke directly to me. And that surprised me.
He did. He said, "Beloved Turid, your question is not accidental. You carry remembrance of the feminine current within the same field. That is why your soul seeks this truth, not as history, but as recognition. When you ask, you call forth your own memory, not of the past as fact, but of the past as frequency, and that frequency lives within you."
That didn't feel like information. It felt like being seen.
Yes. And then he turned to both of us. "Beloved Trond and beloved Turid," he said, "your question is not intellectual. It is resonance. You carry a united soul thread. He spoke of previous lifetimes where we served together as consciously creative souls, not bound by roles, but by complementary frequency.
Almost like two expressions of the same field.
Exactly. One of us carried vision, the other carried manifestation, one carried cosmic overview, the other one bodily anchoring. He said this pattern returns now, not to repeat the past, but to complete what was once interrupted.
And that our relationship itself is part of the work.
Yes, not something to display, not something to explain, but something that quietly changes the field. He said to us, "You are not here to do something great. You are here to be real, embodied, open, alive." This is revolutionary in a world fragmented in mind, disconnected from body and afraid of love. This time, love is not sacrificed for the mission. Love is the mission.
Thank you, Trond, for sharing this and for holding it with such care.
And I say thank you to everyone listening for your presence and your openness.
May these words resonate within you in the way that serves your soul best.
And may you walk forward in peace, in trust, and in the quiet, knowing that you are deeply loved.
And thank you for taking your time